I'm surprised to see us too, as you can tell. We're scrambling to get the headphones on, all that. In just a minute, we'll have that going. And we'll say good morning to Rob.
Good morning.
Rob 1. Rob 2 is not here this morning. This program is called, as you're all looking at your screen saying, what are they doing on right now? Well, we normally would have a show, but after the last couple of days, the craziness that we have been through and things happening on the local front with the coaches, it's been a little scrambling. And after all, Rob Dodson, former president, one of the founders of the Panama Gator Club, we're going to be talking about this whole thing with Lane Kiffin and the new coach. I don't know how much of the show you saw last night, but it was a hot one. Really cooking. As a combination of people being surprised and shocked at the news that we broke last night. Our team had a story which was about was about the offer Florida has made to Rob.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, at that price, $13.5 million to Lane Kiffin, of course. And as you know by now, if you've been under a rock in the last 24 hours, last night the Gator Bait team put together a terrific article talking about revealing through strong sources that University of Florida has made an initial offer either through his agent or whatever to Lane Kiffin. And the number we got was 13.5. I believe it was 6 or 7 years. Anyway, it's like
6 years is what I see.
6 years, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. If you got it in front of you, go ahead and read it. And we're just not going to spend a whole lot of time on this morning because this is not even a show. This is an abbreviated announcement about us not having a show and going back to our regular schedule on the program, the Gator Club show next Friday morning at the same time. You take it, right?
Well, buddy, I'll say I did watch your show last night, and what a lineup you had on that show. I mean, it was just amazing who you had and everything that they had as far as inside information from different aspects about this breaking story. Again, 6 years, $13.5 million a year, all guaranteed to Lane Kiffin. Supposedly it's in front of them to look at. Nice thing is due to state requirements, Ole Miss can only offer a 4-year. And I guess because they're a little deficit in their athletic department, they can only offer $11 million. So with that, as all plays well for the Gators.
Let me stop you. You just said only offer $11 million.
Yeah, only.
Only.
To me, it's just amazing. Not only is it that the coaching is such a high price, but how many jobs do you know where you get fired and they pay you well to get out of there?
Pay you more.
I mean, geez, it is. But that's what the agents have done through the years, and there's no way to stand up against it. It's embedded way too well. But it's exciting what we've seen, and I will say, Buddy Martin, you and your Gator Bait Media did a great job of breaking the news and letting everyone know that you're still the dean of college sports.
Well, thank you for that. I got to give it, and this is not being false humility. This is true. I got to give credit to those guys. They put this story together. Our team of powerful people and a great source. And by the way, I got trashed pretty much last night all over the internet, especially on Twitter, because we opened up this story to everybody. It was free and one of those paid shows. They just hammered me. You're too old. Get over it. You're has-been. You need to retire. You and Franze Beard need to be taken out behind the barn and shot. This doesn't matter. You're trying to torpedo our chances of getting Lane Kiffin. Now, how many times do you think I've heard that over my last 58 years, huh?
Hey, which source announced Urban Meyer 5 days before anybody else?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, thank you for that. I can't take full credit for that, but I'll say this. We have some really good reporters, and the only thing I say is don't attack our integrity. You can call us names, you can call us old, you can call us meaningless, whatever, but don't attack our integrity because we do put it on the line. And there's some dedicated people. I'm really proud of the team last night because I was kind of, as you know, displaced at the hospital most of the day, and my team had to pick it up. And they uncovered this, and they got sources I've known for 30-some years telling the stuff. One guy's a former coach at Ole Miss. Our team put together an amazing report yesterday, and it rocked the world, and people didn't want to believe it. And the people who are online with 13 followers or, they consider themselves media, they're going to tell you how wrong you are. And I don't understand exactly what their sources are. They're questioning mine. They don't have any. They have an opinion if it doesn't agree with them. But you know what? That's the life I've chosen. So I don't complain about it. And I'm not going to say much more about that except to say I think Kiffin is absolutely the right guy. And I think they've identified him now. And from all we're gathering, talking to other reporters and people or whatever, he wants to come here. And I'll tell you this much. Here's the most remarkable thing I heard from my guys last night. And they talked to someone who had just talked to an SEC coach, a well-known SEC coach. And he told them that Kiffin had made a reference to being at Florida next year. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, Kiffin, not me, not you. Kiffin made a reference to another SEC coach. So we'll see what happens. It makes it interesting, and it makes it going to be fun over the Open Date weekend. No rest for the worry. We don't get to take the weekend off. But anyway, if you would, let me just say, for those people, here's a little piece of information. They had the occasion to have someone call the paramedics here a couple of days ago, and they showed up. And God bless those people. They're wonderful. The first responders are incredible. So this gentleman walked in, big strapping guy, and he walked in and said, "What's your name?" And I told him. And then before I got it out, he said, "You're Buddy Martin. I watch your show," which is incredible. That was, in those circumstances, it's not something you expect to hear. So all you people, and several people have watched this show, I'm glad you're finding us. It's going to be more Panhandle centric. We've got lots of stuff we got pinned in to do. I'm going to announce now we're going to get Jay Moody next week. Jay Moody is one of the longest standing families in the Panhandle. He has a father-in-law who's pretty well known named Steve Spurrier. And Jay has lived here for his whole life, and he knows everybody and everything, and he's going to come on the show next week and talk to us. Because after all, what do we do here? We tell them about the Panhandle, right?
Absolutely. Where else do you want to live? I call it paradise. I grew up on the West Coast, lived in Texas for a few years, but I tell you what, there's nothing like the beach in the Emerald Coast here. And
they have a lot of football savvy here, a lot of people. And I see high schools just ended their season this past week. We'll get somebody on. This is going to be more about this will be maybe some Auburn, Alabama people, the other school out there in Tallahassee occasionally. And because the generosity of the Panhandle Gator Club, which Rob is on the board of, has said, look, we want to do a show. We want to open it up to all fans in the Panhandle. And so we're going to do that. We hope you like to have it, and we will be here every Friday. And meanwhile, we wouldn't be here except for our great sponsors, and one of them is Rocket Lanes. I had my first experience there this year, the opening game of the season, watching with Rob. It was so massive, I actually did get lost in it.
I tell you, it is an awesome place. It's a host of the Panhandle Gator Club. So bring your family and enjoy a day of bowling on one of their 24 lanes, or skate in their 8,000 square foot skating rink, or geek out in their 16,000 square foot mega arcade, playing one of their state of art classic games. But while the kids play, hey, come back to the sports bar, adults, and enjoy a beverage at the Deli Grill. Also, they have a great football venue right now. But Rocket Lanes, being the host of the Panhandle Gator Club, is where Gators and friends come watch Gator games every week. They have many TV screens and while enjoying their Saturday beer bucket special, hopefully. So come get social at Rocket Lanes, 513 North Richard Jackson Boulevard, Panama City Beach, in the shops of Edgewater, across from Edgewater Beach Resort.
Very good. We have some other friends too, by the way. If you're smiling, which you should be, You can go see our friends. It's not Prime, it's Prime.
It is. Dr. Browne, good friend of mine, also takes care of my grandson. Just got his braces put on within the last month. So he's 13 and going to have a pretty smile. So ready for a smile of your dreams at Browne Orthodontics. They can make it happen with braces or clear aligners tailored just for you. Their expert team combines cutting-edge technology with personalized care, all in a friendly, comfortable environment. Whether you're a teen, adult, or somewhere in between, which some of us are on the very edge of the high end of the adult, your perfect smile starts there. Call Browne Orthodontics today or visit them online to book your complimentary consultation. They have 2 locations, 3308 West Highway 390 in Panama City and 10,800 Panama City Beach Parkway in Panama City Beach. Browne Orthodontics, where confident smiles begin.
All right, sir. In the final few minutes we got here, thanks you folks for joining us. This is the Panhandle Gator Club show, which will be on every other week. This is a bonus. Next week we're going to be on our regular programming. We'll have Jay Moody, among other people, with us. We'll have our friend Rob Browne back, who contributed mightily to the story yesterday on the situation in Florida and with Lane Kiffin's situation at Ole Miss. We'll have a good tag team of people, which you want to be sure. And Rob's going to give us a little spot, which 2 Robs. The other Rob is also knowledgeable about the Panhandle. Rob 1 is going to tell us about last week. You had one picked out, was written you couldn't be on Mexico Beach, right?
That's true. Yeah, last week, about 5 minutes into the show, we had a massive power outage in my town. About 2,500 people were without power. And I got power back about 3 minutes before the end of the podcast. So since we were playing Texas A&M, I wonder if it was an Aggie or maybe one of those people up in Tallahassee that cut my power. So I couldn't talk. But yeah, that did happen. Now, I got to talk about this. We talk about interesting things. Let me find it here. Well, hang on 1 minute.
All right, you go ahead and dig on that. We'll tell you a little bit more about nothing to update you, particularly on the situation. Although it's been a record number of people read this through on Gator Bay. By the way, if you're not subscribing to Gator Bay, you ought to be doing that because that's where the good stuff happens. So yesterday, I'm proud of our team. I don't want to say we broke the story, but we pretty much did kind of rattle everybody's cage with the story that I really didn't have that much to do with, except saying go with it. That my team put it together, and that was if you haven't heard by now, we broke the story on the fact that University of Florida, reportedly, and we know this is fact, has offered Lane Kiffin, or has a contract ready to offer Lane Kiffin of 13, I believe it's 13.5. Would you say 7 years? Is that what it was?
6 years.
6 years to Kiffin and to be the next coach, which tells me we might be off of 100,000 here or there, whatever. But the fact is, what's encouraging about it is that Florida meant business. When they let Billy Napier go, they kind of knew in the back of their mind what they were going to do. And that's what I believe. Yeah. And they put it out there. And Jimmy Sexton had said what it would take. He's the agent, who's everybody's agent. It would take 7 years at $15 million. That was what his asking price was. And the number we heard from the friends and people that we know, one of which is a former employee at Ole Miss, said the number was $13.5 million as opposed to 15. Now, that might be the first round of negotiations. Right. They could meet in the middle of 14, but it looks like what I like about it is Florida's being aggressive, Rob.
Yes, it is. And it is guaranteed.
Yes.
So yeah, it is an aggressive start. We'll see where they end up. The good news is there's no contract negotiation news. So with that being silent, that tells us a lot more about what you uncovered yesterday on this contract offer.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Any final thoughts on stuff in the Panhandle? I know you got a weekend of relaxation. We're all going to have an open date weekend. I hope. I could use an open date right now, and I'm sure the Gators could too.
The timing is perfect, obviously, and no doubt Strickland planned it this way. Gives our interim coach Billy Gonzalez 2 weeks to get the team together, and as he said in his press conference, kind of open the playbook up a little bit more. So I'm excited over what he talks. Gonzalez was an impressive press conference, and the way he talked about the team, he obviously thinks they're in good shape, but he wants to open up. He's going to bring Steve Spurrier Jr. in to help more on the sidelines with DJ. Put O'Hara and Callaway up in the booth so they can see the defense better, and hopefully open it up. And who knows what will happen with the Gators against those puppies.
Exactly. Right here and saying thanks again to our sponsors. Thank you for this. This is our preview edition of the Panhandle Gator Club podcast. Rob Dodson, Tony Barnhart, Rob Browne will be back next week. We'll have our stuff together next week. We'll give you a full menu. Appreciate everything. Rob, great job by you. Have a great weekend, and let's go light it up.
Thanks, buddy. Go Gators.